It's the 24th of September in the southern hemisphere, so it's time for potato planting. So I've rotary hoed, tilled, cultivated, whatever you want to call it, up to here, and I've already planted 2/3 of the potatoes, 3/4, whatever. So I'm using the rake to spread it out and a Dutch hoe to pull out the rows. I'm planting the rows 60 centimetres apart and planting the potatoes about 30 centimetres apart from each other. My handy trolley has got my sheep pallets on it. I'll just bring that into attention there. Sheep pellets and some blood and bone on top of it. So that's put into the rows underneath the potatoes, and you can see it here. In this last row, I probably should have pulled a bit of dirt over the top of the fertiliser actually, which I had done in the other rows, but then forgot here. Oh well. So I've got 4 types of potatoes, which I've forgotten. Right, these are Agria and Elam Hardy and Desiree and Cliff's Kidney. Cliff's Kidneys are nice little potatoes, really cute, and produce lots of them. They did so last year anyway. And Desiree are red skinned. They look really attractive if you just boil them with the skins on. So when I've finished, I'll just gently pull the soil over the top of it, and 100 days later I'll have potatoes. As long as the weather's good. Did have a weather event 2 years ago where it sort of got flooded through here and many of the potatoes rotted. So it's always a trust in the weather. Even though the land falls away down here towards the vineyard, it's still the water sat here for long enough to rot them out. Still, potatoes are one of the first things that go in the ground, so nice sunny day, so they're going in. So did I say it's the 24th of September, 3 months till Christmas. Maybe we'll get some by then. But I usually go on 3 to 4 months for potatoes. We'll see. My rotary hoe is Chinese made, came in a box, and works pretty well actually. You got to fight it, but it's not bad. It's not bad. So grow little potatoes. Go. Garlic. This is my garlic, which I planted in around the end of June, I think, which is midwinter for us. So this is what is that, August and September? July, August, September. It's almost 3 months old, but I think it's doing okay. Down the end there's a couple of elephant garlics, and the rest are just ordinary garlics, and there's some in the ground here. I've had really difficult time with garlic. I planted a big patch of about 600-700 here 2 years ago. I thought I was going to be the king of garlic, and a few are now cropping up like that, which will be tasty in salads, but they didn't do it all well. And I didn't allow, what I now know is that garlic are high energy. They need a lot of work. You got to keep all the weeds out of them. They hate competition. You got to feed them, and you got to look after them. Some people have said they're better in raised boxes, So I'm trying that now. They do look quite healthy. And there's at least 3, maybe 4 months of growing left to go in them. So I'm happy. Let's see how they go. The rabbits haven't done anything bad to them, touch wood. So let's just hope. So another 3 to 4 months and I'm going to have garlic. I'm supremely confident. Okay, all the potatoes are in. There's about 2 or 3 hours of intense work. That's not counting the cultivating with the machine. Raking out the rows with the hoe is quite hard work actually. So I've got 9 rows of 10. I know there's only 8 sticks, but there's 9 rows of 10, so it's about 90 potatoes. Maybe might get 600 to 900 crop potatoes. Well, let's just see. You notice I got the little sticks indicating the rows. I like to know where they are before they pop up. You're waiting for what seems like ages sometimes for them to come up, although it's not. All we need is a bit of rain now to wet them. So I'm quite happy. Lovely day. My potatoes are in. Let's see how it goes. My implements. A measuring stick to give me my 600 between rows. It's amazing if you don't use that how wonky they'll go. My labels that I had in the potatoes while they were chitting, that is forming sprouts in the tray in the sun in the garage for some time. Sheep pellets and the blood and bone fertilizer, both of which are in the rows. And last but not least is my book, because if you don't write down what's in the rows, you will forget, absolutely forget. You'll forget how many rows you had, although they'll pop up, but you'll definitely forget what sort of crop you put in there. So immediately you put them in, write it down. Good luck, potatoes. And here's the potatoes on the 20th of October. Some doing better than others, but they're all up. The early potatoes like Ilam, Agria are doing very well. Like they're all doing well. Had a bit of rain. It was good. Very good. The rabbits haven't dug any of them up. Happy days. So it's about 4.5 weeks since I planted the potatoes. We're now on the 31st of October, Halloween, in New Zealand. And they've grown pretty well actually. They're quite high and definitely ready for mounding up. Is what you do with potatoes. It's interesting to see the different crops have got different varieties, have got different colours, different levels of growth, but they all look pretty good. So here I've done some mounding up by digging with the spade in between rows, and this is exactly why you need to space them well apart, because you need a lot of soil to mound up, and you end up with quite significant ditches between them. So if you put them too close, you'll have no soil to be able to mound up. It's a funny thing that I've learnt with trial and error. Also, the other reason for mounding up is to improve the amount of yield, but also a couple of them are blowing over in the wind that you can hear. So as they get any higher at all, they'll just be blowing straight over if you don't mound them up. So mounding up is very important. and that you don't leave it too late either. And you can mound up 2 or 3 times during the 3-month growth time of the potatoes. And it's harvest time. It's February the 3rd, 2021, and this little crop of agrias is very good, I think. That's just 2 plants, so I'm quite happy. Got a bit of digging to do, but happy.